Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Doxy and today I have a question for you. And that question is, what if some of the strongest characters in One Piece actually had a devil fruit power? And of course, if they did, what would it be? Well, luckily, I don't need you guys to answer it because I found a video that apparently answers this question and I wanted to watch it and share it with you guys. Now, I have not watched this video, so I don't know if they're going to use real life devil fruits that have actually existed in the show or if they're going to make new ones that kind of fit the characters, but I'm extremely curious to find out because there are some characters like Shanks or Mihawk that I think would suit a devil fruit power. I just never really knew what it would be if they were to have one, and hey, perhaps this video gives us an idea and that would be pretty sweet, right? So as always, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And hey, let me know in the comments if you think this video's missed anyone that would really benefit from a devil fruit power. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. You guys want to watch a video, so let's see what this video is saying, shall we?
Did you ever wonder what would happen if these characters had devil fruits?
Actually, I have many times. I'm very curious what you would put them with.
Going through more than 100 different devil fruits, I found the perfect ones. And where better to start?
Really curious.
Legendary pirate
Oh,
king,
Gol Roger.
Roger.
Okay.
Roger is known to be an unstoppable force with his ridiculously powerful haki. And from what we can tell, he has seemingly never lost a battle before. So if Roger was already this strong, did you ever wonder what would happen if he ever ate a devil fruit?
Well, I mean, I know what I would give him because it would work in, like, canonically.
Out which devil fruit would be best suited for him. Instead of mentioning just one, let's take a look at two. Starting with none other than the one his son ate, the meta.
That's what I would go. Ace is one, yes.
This fruit grants the user.
That works for me.
Would find other unique ways to use it. For example, the meta no Mi could work so well in combination with his legendary sword Ace, possibly
make it
allowing him to carry out fiery long-range attacks on opponents before they even come close to him. It would also allow him to travel faster, and he could even engage his opponents at lightning speeds using the flames as a type of engine launch pad for his feet. Okay, I know this looks ridiculous, but it's Roger we're talking about.
I'm kind of down with it though,
really
can't lie.
To imagine that he'd try something like this. The other devil fruit I wanted to talk about is Gomu Gomu no Mi, or as it's known, Hito Hito no Mi, Moro Nika.
I can't imagine that.
Is the biggest threat to the world.
Or maybe I can, who knows?
Legendary fruit linked to Joy Boy. So why would this fruit be the best choice for Roger? Well, throughout the series, it was shown multiple times that Roger and Luffy share a lot of similar traits.
They do.
Back personality to straight up saying the same things, and
they are literally the same person, like, but one smaller than the other.
Last one, but you should definitely click it. Thanks. Anyway, it's only natural that they also have the same devil fruit. Roger would certainly unlock the awakening of the fruit during his adventures, the same as Luffy did, which means that he'd have not only the rubber abilities, but also the reality warping potential of its awakened form. By the way, I just did a sun god drawing of Roger for this video.
Wow, that actually really works.
It looks so cool.
It does really work. I like that.
Which would be the better choice for Roger? In my opinion, it's definitely the Gomu Gomu no Mi, due to its ties to Luffy and Joy Boy.
I think I disagree though. Like, I could understand the concept of why Luffy's fruit would really work for Roger, especially after seeing the concept art for Gear 5 Roger, even though it doesn't exist. The fact that you could have Ace's fruit, like Ace being Gold Roger's son, it just kind of fits, you know? Like, Roger was Fire Fist, and then he died, and Ace became the Fire Fist, and then it just seems to fit in my mind. Maybe I'm being silly, maybe I'm being naive, I don't know, but to me that just makes a lot more sense, so I'd probably go for Ace's fruit there, but maybe you guys will disagree with that. Oh, Zoro. What are we giving Zoro? Go
He's
on.
a master swordsman who will
He's already got a demon in him, so what more could you give him?
Swordsman in the world. His unique fighting style consists of wielding 3
maybe Mr. One? Like the arm swords thing? That would work.
For Zoro would probably
That's all I can think of, though.
In some way and enhance it. At first glance, the obvious choice would be Mr. One.
That's what I just said, yes.
Which allows users to convert body parts.
That would make sense, because, like, you know, you're made of swords.
When he's completely missing his swords or needs one more to complete his stance. However, the downside to this fruit is that these swords would be much weaker than his swords
didn't think of
Anima
that.
Or Shusui, and
So they'd break a lot more.
His abilities.
Yeah.
Other than this one, we could consider some Logia type fruits for Zoro, since those would help increase his overall abilities, but let's make it a bit more interesting and give him a fruit
I'm intrigued.
Most of you have
Go
never
on.
even heard of. This fruit is currently unnamed, but it's wielded by the Marine Vice Admiral Onigumo.
Okay.
This devil fruit seemingly is some kind of spider zoan and allows its user to have 6
Oh,
extra
that
arms
would
appear from the
work.
back.
Although he can already kind of do the numerous swords thing.
Just imagine all the extra techniques.
Like thinking about it.
Now, some of you may say that Zoro can already use.
Yeah, that's where my mind went.
Ashita, but the difference here is that he wouldn't drain so much energy each time he activates it. Another
Okay.
advantage would be that Zoro could find even more legendary swords throughout the One Piece world and use them all at the same time. I don't
Okay,
know about
no,
you guys,
fair enough.
I don't think we'll ever find a more fitting.
You've
fruit for
convinced
Zoro.
me a little
There's
bit there.
Still 6 interesting characters left to cover. And the
6?
next one is Zoro's biggest
That
obstacle,
Mihawk?
Dracul
Yeah,
Mihawk.
I saw the hat.
Mihawk is the world's strongest swordsman and is actually the first warlord that we were introduced to in the series. His main weapon is a gigantic sword named Yoru, and based on the little fighting we've seen from him, he seems to be easily an Emperor level fighter.
But here's the thing though, like he is that good of a fighter, so what do you give him? He's already got baby swords and black swords and giant swords and every other sword under the sun that you can think of. I can't really think of what you could do to like buff him up, so to speak. Like he's already pretty OP. Like what do you do here? I'm aware they're gonna tell me the answer in like 2 seconds. I'm just thinking out loud. Like I don't really know what you could give me, Hawk. This is the one that kind of stumps me a little bit.
Mihawk is clearly inspired by the legendary vampire
Dracula, of course. His name's Dracul, yes.
Being very horror inspired.
Wouldn't call it horror inspired, but whatever.
Moria's devil fruit.
Interesting.
There's another perfect fruit for Mihawk in the series, but let's
I've
go
never
one at a
thought
time.
about Gekimoria's fruit with Mihawk,
Mihawk
but
can collect the shadows of
go
all people
ahead.
he takes down. Now, since Mihawk is already insanely powerful, he wouldn't really need an army of shadows to defend him. He would
Very
instead
true.
collect them as trophies and to punish people who are stupid enough to challenge him. This would also play
That's
well into the
quite
idea of vampirism,
interesting.
with Mihawk's opponents evaporated by sunlight when they lost a duel. Okay,
Hmm.
this fruit is literally made for Mihawk.
It is,
Well,
but
what if I tell
go
you
on,
that
I'm
another
hooked
fruit
now.
may suit him even better. Bato Bato no Mi, model vampire.
What?
You probably think I'm making this fruit up, but it actually exists in the One Piece universe, specifically in the video game.
Do we
Unlimited
count
World
that?
The fruit literally transforms the user into a vampire and gives them the ability to teleport and suck the life force.
I don't think we can
Since
count
the
this
Bato
one.
Bato no Mi is not canon, I won't spend any more time talking.
Right.
But
I
it's
don't
surely
know.
my final pick for Mihawk is it's undeniably the one that suits him the best.
I don't know if I want to count that last one because as much as I do think it fits Mihawk exponentially perfectly, it's not a real fruit and it is from a game that I've never played and I've never heard of the fruit either. But I guess I did say at the start of the video that they might make new ones, they might use existing fruits, so maybe I'm being too hard on it, I don't know, but I think Gekimoria's fruit works a lot better because, again, the whole taking of souls and then sunlight kills them, it just seems like a very Mihawk thing to do. It's a very cool thing to do. So I would probably choose Gekimoria's there. I'm annoyed at myself for never really considering like Moria's fruit with Mihawk because it is such a match made in heaven, but I'm a dumbass. We know this.
Kozuki
Oden.
the legendary son of
What are you gonna give
largely
this man
one
who's
of the
already
most
OP?
powerful men alive due to his exceptional swordsmanship and hockey control. The first devil fruit I picked for him may seem a bit weird to some of you.
Go
but
on,
it's
hit me.
Actually, the Gorogoro no Mi, NL's devil fruit, that allows
Really?
its user to manipulate and even transform into lightning themselves. So
Why?
The reason I give this fruit to Oden is because I believe he's already strong enough offensively, and with the fruit's Logia properties, he would become invincible. He would also be able
Okay.
to move at lightning speeds and slash his opponents without them even noticing.
The speed
unless they
thing
have
I
advanced
understand,
observation
yes.
hockey developed. The only way Oden could lose a battle with this fruit is if the enemy he's fighting is for some
Was
reason
rubber.
immune to lightning, like Luffy was in his battle against Enel. That said, the more fitting devil fruit for Oden thematically would be the Ino Ino no Mi, model Okuchi no Makami. This mythical Zoan fruit would allow him to transform into the Guardian of Wano, an ancient wolf deity. This is thematic.
That kinda
considering Oden's
works.
royal bloodline and love for his nation, but also goes well with his fighting style, as Zoan fruit
Yeah,
would grant him
I can see that
infinite
one.
speed without limiting him in any way. The ability to use ice attacks would be a cherry on top, but honestly, I don't see Oden using it that much, as he'd probably like to retain his samurai fighting style. So which of these two fruits would be better suited for Oden?
The transformation into a beast would really work, I think. Like, that is something that definitely, in my opinion, would suit Oden, like, to a T. He loves his country. He's very, very loyal to it. And becoming the guardian deity of it would be very, very cool to watch. So, I would definitely go for that one. If it was me, I know we're not meant to be asking what my opinion is, but I have an opinion here, and I think that works really well. So sue me.
I think Anel's fruit is a better choice, as it's
I didn't really consider it, but I can see the appeal, I
With
guess.
half of the characters covered, we're finally ready to
Shanks.
talk about the one and only.
Yes, of course it is.
Shanks. Shanks is
Of course it is. The collar gave it away.
Emperor currently in the series. Although we have really limited information about him, we know that he has mastery of all forms of hockey, especially Conquerors, the most powerful one. What's interesting about the Red Hair Pirates is that they're the only known crew in the series in which not a single member has Devil Fruit.
Interesting.
So what if their already insanely overpowered captain had one? Which one would it be? Okay, let's start by pairing him with one of the Devil Fruits his fellow Emperor has. Blackbeard's Yummy Yummy. This Logia-type Devil Fruit would grant him the power of darkness, essentially allowing him to nullify other Devil Fruits.
This I'm down with.
Things around him like
I'm very down with that.
Why I'm giving Shanks this
I
specific
just think it
Devil
suits
Fruit?
him.
There's a simple reason for that. Shanks is primarily a hockey-based fighter, relying on his powerful Conqueror's hockey burst to completely
So he can just do
paralyze
it from a
his opponents.
distance.
Imagine a man like that, also having the power to nullify other people's fruits. He'd be unstoppable. It's also possible that Shanks could use this fruit to send smaller black holes to suck in his opponent's weapons and equipment. Even the likes of the Admirals would stand no chance against him.
I'm a big fan of that.
Fruits would be pretty much useless, and they'd have to fight him using only hockey. And
They're not going to win that. No.
Very well for them. Another devil fruit that would suit Shanks perfectly is Magu Magu no Mi, also belonging to one of his adversaries, the Marine Fleet Admiral Akira. This devil fruit was stated by Oda, the creator of One Piece, to be the one with the highest defensive capabilities in the world.
Right.
It allows the user to turn into and control the boiling hot magma, which would also look pretty cool.
It would suit his red, yeah, I guess so.
Of course, just looking good will unfortunately not cut it for this video. So let's see what it would bring to the table in terms of
Does he need combat help,
During the
though?
Marineford arc, we were shown that Akainu can use this devil fruit to shoot the magma out of his hands.
Range,
It's similar
fair
to
enough.
the volcano erupting. Based on this, it's only natural that Shanks could do it too, most likely firing a big burst off of magma when he swings his sword. Like with other Logia devil fruits, it would make him much faster and harder to hit, and he could just turn into magma and disappear in seconds. Another advantage of this fruit is its simplicity. Shanks doesn't need to fly or turn into some kind of
No, he
monster
doesn't. He's
stuff.
mad
He
already.
just needs a strong offensive devil fruit that won't get in his way while in combat.
See, the problem I have with this one is both of these make a lot of sense. Like, the magma one, cool, I can see it. Like, first of all, it's red-haired Shanks, it makes sense, lava is red. But beyond that, it would give him a massive boost offensively, and he turns into a standing volcano, effectively, because he can shoot it from miles away or whatever it is. But I think, thematically, Blackbeard's fruit works so much better, because, as they said, Shanks is very, like, hacky forward and hacky based, and he is so strong when it comes to hacky that using this fruit and just blocking everyone else's powers and taking their armaments away to force you to have to use hacky against him, where evidently he's going to win, just kind of makes... It just makes a lot of sense to me, okay? So I would personally go for Blackbeard's fruit here. The magma one's cool, but I think it just doesn't work as well as Blackbeard's. Also, I apologize, I refer to them as Blackbeard's fruit or like magma fruit or whatever. I'm terrible with names, so like please don't at me. I know they have better names, I'm just forgetful and terrible, so yeah, sorry.
And that's why I'm picking Magu Magu no
Me and
Mi
this
as the
Donny
best suited
disagree
devil
on
fruit for
every
Shanks.
fruit so far.
Monkey D. Garp.
But go ahead,
Garp
tell me
is
about
an
Garp.
absolute
I like
powerhouse and
Garp
one of
anyway.
the strongest Marines to ever live.
He also has a cool
incredible
grandson.
physical strength and mastery of hockey, which we recently saw in the manga when he completely destroyed a part of the island with a single punch. The
Wow.
important thing to mention is that Garp is not relying on any weapons.
No,
to
he
help
just
him in
punches
battle.
things.
He only uses his bare fists.
He doesn't need to do
Therefore,
anything
we
else.
need to find a fruit that suits that fighting style best. Again, two devil fruits come to mind, and the first one is none other than Gura Gura no Mi.
Is
The
that
powerful
Whitebeard's?
breaks produced by this fruit, along with Garp's punches, would surely bring his strength to the next level. You may not agree with me on this, but I think this fruit is way more suited for Garp than it ever was for Whitebeard.
I mean, it
Just
probably
think
is
about it.
more
This fruit
suited
can
for
only be
Garp, but I
activated
liked it
when
on
he uses
Whitebeard.
hands, meaning that when Whitebeard
I think
is
it
in the
suited
middle of
Whitebeard as
battle
well,
and he's
just
holding
as
his
good,
weapon, he
but
can't
I can
really
see
use
the
it to its
appeal.
full potential. Now imagine Garp throwing punch after punch, and each time producing the incredibly powerful shockwaves that shake the entire island.
Yeah, no,
with
it
their weight.
works.
The
It's just I
destruction
like it
would
on
be
Whitebeard, that's all.
unfathomable. Another interesting option for Garp would be the unknown Dalmatian Zoan fruit, which is owned by Valyside World Dalmatian. There's two reasons for this. First is that since Garp relies on his physical strength in battles, any Zoan fruit would be a perfect choice, as it would dramatically increase his strength and wouldn't slow him down. in any way.
Definitely.
The second reason is that since the show's beginning, Garp was always accompanied by the symbol of a dog, usually on his mask, ship, or shirt.
That
Although it would be really
works.
cool to see
Dalmatian
Garp as
fits.
fruit, at the end of the day, Gura Gura no Mi is obviously the best choice. when it
I
comes
would
to
choose
strength.
that one,
Before we
yes,
explain
it does
which devil
suit
fruit
him.
would be the
Is
most
that
suited for Dark
Rayleigh?
King Rayleigh, let's first quickly cover Beckman. Ben is one of the most
Interesting.
respected men on
I
the
forgot
seas
about this
and the
person's
second in command of
existence.
the red-haired pirates. As with other crew members, he has no devil fruit, but it was confirmed that he's very skilled in using hockey. So much so that he can even infuse bullets with it. Now, since we know
Ooh.
very little about Ben and his specific abilities, it was really hard to find the right fruit for him.
I have no
But after
opinion on
some
this one,
research,
no.
I think I finally found it, and I'm sure you weren't expecting this one. So, in my opinion, the best fruit for Beckman is Foxy's fruit, Noro Noro no Mi. Okay, I know you're a bit confused, but
Interesting.
hear me out. This devil fruit essentially allows its users to slow down every object they touch for 30 seconds. With
Cool, how would that
in mind,
help
Ben
him?
could use this ability to slow down any attack that comes his way, and maybe even opponents themselves. If we combine
so
this
more like
ability with
defensive.
hockey-infused
Oh,
bullets,
hold
Ben
on.
should, in theory, be able to shoot any opponent effortlessly. And since they're slowed, they wouldn't
To
have a
slow
way
them
to
down
dodge
to
it.
shoot
It's
them
also important
better.
to mention that due to Ben's experience, he would surely use the fruit much better than Foxy did, and could even develop some unique abilities like slowing down multiple enemies at the same time, or creating some sort of barrier around him so everyone who comes close gets slowed down. Silver's
Interesting,
Rayleigh.
okay.
Rayleigh,
Back
as
to
he's
Rayleigh,
more commonly known,
Rayleigh,
the Dark
whatever his
King,
name is.
was the vice captain of the legendary Pirate King's crew and one of the strongest characters in the entire series. Like
Very
many
much
other
so.
big shots on this list, he doesn't need a devil fruit. But there's actually one I'd really like to see him use. The
Go ahead.
fruit. The yummy yummy
Really?
yummy.
I
And
mean,
worst of all, he's literally the Dark King.
Dark
So just
King,
imagine
yeah.
how cool it would be
It
if
would
he also
work.
possessed a Darkness Devil Fruit to go with that. Secondly, as we already mentioned in Shanks' segment, this Logia Devil Fruit is probably the strongest one as it nullifies other fruits and can serve as a vortex to drag things into it. Although Rayleigh is a master of hockey, he still struggled against Admiral Kizaru during the Sabaody arc, and if the battle was prolonged, he would probably have lost. Therefore, having this Devil Fruit to even the playing field and disable other people's abilities would be incredibly beneficial.
Yeah,
to
I
him,
still
as he
think
could
it
go
works better
toe-to-toe
on
with
Shanks,
any
but
enemy. To
this
be
one I
honest,
can
feel like
understand.
pretty much any Logia type fruit would make Rayleigh insanely strong, but I just couldn't miss out on the opportunity to give him the dark one.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that was the end of the video. I was getting quite into it, so that went really quick in my mind. But I really enjoyed that. I don't 100% agree with everything I heard. There are some that I would choose the first option, and this guy chose the second one, but that's cool, man. Opinions are opinions, and we all have them. I must admit, though, I do feel a little bit stupid because I don't know why my brain never put Shanks and Blackbeard's fruit together, because thematically it does just make so much sense. Like I said earlier, especially the fact that he is so apt at using Haki to nullify his opponent and basically go, hey, now you've got to use Haki against me, where evidently they're going to lose because it's Shanks. It just feels like a very Shanks thing to do, you know? Like, it's very him. I think it would work. This guy disagreed, obviously, but whatever, man. Like I said, we all have opinions. I did also spend a large proportion of this video trying to think who else I would put on this list, and I have come up completely blank. So, like I asked at the start, I'll ask again. Let me know in the comments if there's anyone you think is missing from this list that would thematically just link perfectly to a devil fruit, because I'm coming up blank. Apparently I can't think for myself, so I need to ask you guys to do it. But hey, I'm dumb. We knew this. We've learned nothing new here today. But yeah, really good video. Really enjoyed watching it, and it's given me a hell of a lot to think about. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope you learned something, because I sure as hell did. And I will see you soon for more One Piece content. See you later, guys. Peace out.